My name's Art Fumerton, and I'm director of the Volcanis Community Education Project. Volcanis is a community about 40 minutes from downtown Puerto Vallarta. It has probably 500 or 600 families. It's poor. It's semi-isolated from other communities around here, but you can get many buses going through and get downtown in 50, 60 minutes. This is the primary school, which was built about 6 years ago. It's grades 1 through 6, and it's double shifted, and it's now full. There are 250 kids in the morning shift and 250 kids in the afternoon shift, and there's no more room. We partner is a good word. We partner with this school, with the morning principal and the afternoon principal. And when we started our program 4 years ago, the morning principal suggested we use the old school, which had been abandoned. It's next door. We'll go there in a second. They have grades 1 through 6. The average class size is 40, which is one teacher for 40 kids. So it becomes crowd control much of the time. It's a problem that they have. There's just too many. We started our program, this is our 4th year. We started actually trying to teach in the classrooms with 35 to 40 kids. It just didn't work out. So the principal suggested we take over the old abandoned school. This was built 25, 30 years ago with funds from Canadian churches, I think, primarily. So we took it over. It was abandoned. We had to run water, electricity. We painted the whole thing with a lot of help from various groups. And we now have our Volcanis Community Education Project. Our school. Our program is an extension of a program that we used to run over in near the city dump in Magisterio. We were there for about 7 or 8 years. It's a before and after school program where we teach English and computers primarily to kids from grades 3 to grade 6. That's how we started. But as our kids graduated out of grade 7, they went to secondary school, 7, 8, and 9. Those kids now come back in the afternoon for English and computer lessons. So we have about over 300 kids in our program. Daily they come here voluntarily. We've also started classes for grades 1 and 2 because we found that some of the kids in grade 1 and 2 in the primary school didn't know how to read in Spanish. And they're just getting left behind because there's so many kids, the teacher doesn't have time. So what happened is we bring the kids over voluntarily. I'll explain that in a second. And they come over here and we have remedial intervention Spanish reading classes, if you will. The way it works is the kids that go to school in the primary school in the morning come to our program in the afternoon voluntarily. And vice versa. The kids that go to the afternoon shift will be in our classes in the morning. So we have over 300 kids, as I said, in our program. Okay. This is the old abandoned original primary school, and we redid the whole thing with the help of the parents, with some hotels, with Fort Hays State University professors who came here the first summer. They were the ones who first started the painting process. We've got computers from Isumundo Foundation out of Vancouver, Canada. Calgary Rotary gave us another 10 computers. So the first room is our computer lab. Air conditioning was by my Rotary Club here in Puerto Vallarta. So we have 20 new, well, they're 2 or 3 year old laptops now, 20 laptops in our computer lab, okay? The next 2 classrooms, you want to take a peek in here? You can take a shot in there. Okay, like that. It's always dark. Okay, this is the computer lab, and this is our computer teacher, Adrian. Adrian is a graduate of Guadalajara, University of Guadalajara here. He's an engineer communications, and he takes care of the kids and the computers. The next 2 classrooms are English classrooms. And Fort Hays State University gave us flat screen TV, computer, internet capabilities, so we can Skype back and forth with Fort Hays State University. We also use it to download, or the other word is get into the internet to do some interactive thing. Go ahead. This is Sasha, one of our teachers. She teaches grade 3 and 4. Her experience, quite frankly, is around the world. She taught English in China for 5 years. She's been in South America, Latin America. So she's a tremendous experience. These are grade 3 probably, grade 3 or 4. The next classroom is another English classroom. This is Miss Megan, who is a grade 5 and 6, and Miss Megan is a proud graduate of the master's program at Fort Hays State University.
Go Tigers!
So again, we have another flat screen TV, a computer, a camera, and Skyping capabilities wherever we want to go. And she's grade 5 and 6. Now, all of these kids will be going to the primary school this afternoon. Okay. When we first started, it ended here, and this was a room that was kind of a library, but there's nothing in it. So Carmela Mendez, the principal, said, okay, you can have all of this, but I want a community library. So we got somebody, one of my friends, to design it, and we got Rotary clubs from Saskatoon and British Columbia, Peachland, British Columbia, to fund it. And we now have a 2-room library with about 4,000 books. A lot of them came down with Ron Fahey. He's a retired professor from Fort Hays. We get books from all over. People keep bringing. Somebody brought me some more books from someplace in New Mexico. And every class that we have in our program gets 1 hour of library time every week. So they come in here, and the kids can browse through the books, and they can select the book and take it home. They don't have books at home. It's a huge reading problem here. They don't get extra help from the home for reading. So, the more books we can get out to them and the more books they can take home, the better off they're going to be reading. This is our computer room. And this is secondary, some secondary kids. Yeah? Yep, secondary kids, right? We have a big flat screen TV and internet. This is all internet wired, if you will. And this is our computer room. We have been asking for people to bring down used laptops from the States. You can bring 1 or 2 down every time you make a visit. And what we do is our tech, which is Adrian, he goes through it, upgrades it, and then we use them in here. We store them in here, and the kids can come in the evening. Our library hours, we open it from about 5 to 9 every day, and they can go ahead, sign them out, do their homework. Most of these kids don't have computers at home, and they don't have internet at home. So the only way they can compete with the kids in town is to come in here, do their homework. And we have a nice new printer that they can print out their homework, and it's working out very well. Gives them a leg up, so to speak. Bravo! The success of our program is a couple of things. 3 things, really. Number 1 is it's an isolated community. Everybody knows everybody, so it's easy to get control of the kids. Number 2 is we're in partnership with the primary school here. We actually teach English and computers for their kids, and they're supposed to have teachers to do that. They just don't. So what happens when the kids, again, get out of class now, they'll come right over here and voluntarily to our class. We get about 80% of the kids that come. 20% don't, but 80% do. The other success to our program is because of the moms, the tremendous parent association relationship that we have. The moms particularly are here every day. They clean twice a day. They make sure their kids are here. When we get a meeting with the moms, we'll have 150 parents come to our meetings. So it's a total community involvement that makes this thing work. It's a community project, and that's how we bill it. It's not our project, it's the community's project, particularly the library. And when we start the sewing school, which is another thing to help the families, it will be part of the whole community project.